Business Awareness Hour with Norman, the Awareness Guy. Now, let's start the show.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Business Awareness Hour. My name is Norman Wasserman, also known as the Awareness Guy, also known as the Music Guy. Well, there are also some other things that people call me, which we won't discuss right at the present time. And I have the pleasure this evening to have my co-host, Linda Grace Farley. And Linda is from Florida. How's the weather in Florida today?
Oh, we've had some rain here today, lots of thunder and lightning, and we were in a tornado watch until 5 o'clock tonight. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad that you didn't have any problems.
Oh no,
You just
I
moved.
always feel safe.
What do you
Very
do for a living?
What do? I have a practice, Cycles of Life Management Services, where I help individuals to realize their true potential. And from a mind, body, spirit perspective, I promote a product, an FDA Class 2 cleared medical device called the Beamer. Then maybe we have some people in our audience tonight that is familiar with the Beamer. So
Why don't you just take a couple of seconds and explain to everybody what it is?
Well, what the Beamer does, it works on your microcirculatory system. It takes you out of sympathetic mode, which is stress related, and places you into parasympathetic mode, which is more homeostasis with the body. So everything's back into balance while increasing the blood flow to the cells. How's that?
Sounds like a plan. I think I know one word that you said.
Was that the Beamer?
And people, a lot of people, including myself, when you sell the Beamer, they think it's a car.
Indeed.
You get that a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Beamer represents, it's an acronym for bioelectromagnetic energy regulation. So rather than spell all that out, they came up with the Beamer. So,
you know who could probably help you and get the word out in clarity?
I think I know
who you're going to tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to welcome to the stage a really terrific lady who's got a phenomenal business, a multifaceted business. And I welcome to the stage Miss Holly Holiday. Holly. Hey, good evening. Good evening.
Hi, guys.
Let me just give everybody a brief, just a 1-2 sentence scenario. And then Holly has so much to tell us. And when you hear what she does for a living, you're going to want to contact her at the very least, just to have a conversation to see how she can help you. But Holiday is the owner of Holiday Creative Marketing. And with her huge education, her vast education, and the jobs, she's made this transition into a complete marketing business. Any type of business she can help market. She can do whatever it may be. And before I get carried away, Holly, take it away. Tell everybody where you're from and what you do.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to be here. Thanks, Norman and Linda Grace, two of my favorite people. I'm honored to be on the show. So my name's Holly Holiday, and I am the owner of Holiday Creative Marketing. We are a done-for-you lead generation company that uses marketing to help you grow your business.
Well, I noticed, you've sent us great promo material on yourself. Now, you grew up in Greensboro, and you went to school down in Greensboro, and then it came time to do education, college. All right. And you were one of the few lucky ones that got into the top marketing school, design school in the country, which was Parsons School of Design in New York City. You want to address it?
Yeah, I'd love to. So yeah, I was very blessed. I've been very lucky that I have known what I wanted to do from a very young age. I was always around art, My brother was an artist, and at the time he was a starving artist. And so I said, I'm going to do something to make money. He's a very successful artist now, very successful. So I started doing logos for companies. My sister had a couple companies. I had, she had the logos on the buildings that I did, and I was, 15 or 16. I knew that I wanted to go to Parsons, and I knew that I had to show myself, to get in, because I knew I was going to have a little bit academically, a little bit. So I made an appointment, and I went to Parsons, and I had an interview. And guess who was my interviewer? Tim Gunn of Project Runway. Do you know Project
Oh,
Runway?
really?
Oh, wow.
He was head of the admissions department when I was there. And what an amazing man. Oh my God. Just, he's everything he is on TV. And I showed him my portfolio. I showed him how committed I was. And they ended up, I came in on academic probation, which I knew I would because of my grades. I had a lot of fun in high school. And I got off of it in 6 months. Parsons is a very intense school. You work really hard. It's very competitive. I had fun, but probably not as much as other people at other schools. So, but I just
look how it's paid off for you.
Yes,
Look,
it has been the best thing ever. It's been the best thing ever, and I loved when I paid off those student loans.
Tell everybody the type of clients that you've had and still have.
So I have worked with, in my business, Holiday Creative Marketing, lawyers. I have many lawyers. I have two therapy offices. I have roofers. I have 2 construction companies. I have a perfumery who is, we're relaunching them, we're rebranding them, redesigning bottles and labels and advertising. And we have, a dentist. I have a fractional CFO. And I just, I love working with people. So that's what, it jazzes me up in the morning when I get to work.
Now you work for many very famous companies. You've done work for Calvin Klein, Spin Magazine, Donna Karan. You became the art director for Calvin Klein. Tell those kind of stories. I mean, that's major stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been very lucky. The right people have fallen into my life. If I can tell any of the young people or any of the parents to tell their kids is, and this is what I'm telling my son who's about to go to college. It's great to have education, but the most important thing is who you know. So always, meet people, and you never know what's going to come about with Spin Magazine. So one of the editors I knew, and I knew a friend, and they said, I need a editorial assistant because we're doing a special issue of Spin Magazine on the 100 years of rock and roll. And so I assisted him, and I went around. I got to go see Bob Gruen, who's a photographer who shot John Lennon with that New York shirt on. And I got to, meet Malcolm. Oh gosh, what's his name? I can't remember. But I just, I got to meet some great people. And at some point I was like, well, I'm an artist and I go to Parsons. Is there any way I can go to the art department? So a position came up, and I went and I was assistant art director for some amazing people and worked with a great staff. and learned all about magazines. And back then, I'll date myself, we had to cut and paste little letters onto paper and use Ruby Lift to put over the photos. And I got to meet some great people. I knew nothing about magazines. I knew nothing about any of this. But I knew, when someone had faith in me, I figured it out.
Holly,
And
let me ask you a question.
it was
You
great.
did work for Spin Magazine. What's the most famous cover that Spin Magazine has had?
Oh God, that's a hard one. I mean,
No,
we've got Madonna, we've got Sinead O'Connor, we've
there you
got
go. There you go. Sinead O'Connor.
Queen Latifah, the Connell. I mean, we had everyone. I don't even know. I mean, there were just so many. All of them were great. Really,
What
really
you do with
great.
Mark Wahlberg?
So, Mr. Wahlberg, I met at Calvin Klein. So I was in the art department at Spin Magazine, and then when I graduated, so I was there during school. So they gave me the key. I would come back. I would work until like 1 or 2 in the morning on my homework. Then I'd go to school and work. I did a lot. And so when I graduated, they hired me as the promotion art director. So I worked with advertisers and selling ads and designing
How exciting.
ads. So then someone else that I knew said they needed a